so far pretty good. And we started actually in Sweden, and then we've been all over Italy, also Sardinia and Sicily. Now we made all the way to Roma, and then we are going to go to Milano as well, Nice, everywhere. And then we go to the Canary Islands, Germany and Holland, and so on and so forth. That was actually tied in with the band name, with the song titles we had, because we have some nasty song titles. Like one song is called Sweaty Knockers, which means, well, you know, some people Google it, you'll find out what it means. Then there's one song that's called Blues Fuckers, which has an explicit word in it. And also the story from a song called Boing I'm in the Back is kind of a little bit edgy. So we decided to come up with, I think there's like this movie about this really dirty joke, and they call it The Aristocrats. And so that's why we are called The Aristocrats. Very well. We had Alan Parsons as an engineer, which is kind of a legendary guy, and the vibe was pretty good. We played pretty much everything live, and did here and there a few overdubs, but mainly it was like a live atmosphere, and I think it sounds pretty incredible. Yeah, well, I live there, so that's a good thing. So we recorded in Los Angeles at East West Studios, which is a wonderful studio, and since I'm around the corner there, everybody practiced the songs, and we didn't take longer than 5 or 6 days, you know, so that was the time for us to complete the recording. Yeah. It's more alive, I would say. It's like it has like some faster songs, and it has like some more technical aspects to it, I think. Yeah, some stuff is very even fusion-esque, some stuff is very proggy, and yeah, some stuff also like ambient, you know, as I knew it from the previous album before, but all in all, the energy level is more intense. When we met, because the first time I met Stephen was last year, and we had a good talk about music, and we listened to a lot of same things. Of course, it differs here and there. But we have the same musical kind of language or understanding, so it was actually pretty simple to get into the arrangements. Also, what I appreciate is like that Stephen is very, how can you say that? I think very talented in picking the right choice of musicians, or kind of giving them the right headroom to work. You know, so there's like no really restriction or something, hardly ever. You know, it's like, you know, there's hardly ever any criticism. It's just like, yeah, do that. Yeah, sounds good. Which I, of course, very much like. Yeah. There are some improvised parts. Well, you know, I mean, there are structures, but like also some parts where there is like room, you know, to breathe, where we can, you know, just kind of play almost like a jazz band, you know. And that is actually fun. If you listen to the good example, is like that song Luminal here, you guys probably heard. And that is the perfect example of the new record, you know, pretty much. You know, a lot of energy, but also like parts where we can just go out and feel free, and then go back into the arrangement. So I like that stuff. I started with organ when I was like 5-6 years old, and then later guitar, then drums, and bass too, basso, batteria, guitarra.
You sing too?
Well, I try to do my best, but if you can call it singing, no. But, yeah, I write. I always wrote music, you know, and I'm very interested in that. That's like my thing. I work more as a, you know, I see myself as a writer, you know, and that's how I play instruments, even like also the drums, you know. It's more like I try to fill the right spaces with the right instruments, you know, and tonal structure, I guess. For Stephen, you know, I'm a drummer, you know, I'm just a drummer there. But it's still fun. It's kind of really cool because I have freedom to play there, you know. With my own productions, it's of course, you know, something different because that's my baby, you know, that's like something where I, you know, write and play the guitar parts, then I add drums, and it's like, it means a lot to me. It's the same for the aristocrats. We're all writers, you know, and so that's basically a big difference, you know. Yeah, you care different about a band that is your own band. So in March there will be the European tour, and then there will be like also some South American dates, some festival dates, maybe Australia, Japan. You see, it's gonna be a big tour. That was great because my dad and my parents are big, you know, fans of that music as well. And when I was a little kid, you know, they already had like Alan Parsons record and Pink Floyd records at home, and so I was introduced to that kind of, you know, pretty early. And so like working with the guy was actually pretty cool, you know, and he's like such a well-respected, you know, engineer, good engineer, you know, so that was actually really quite something. And just the way how he works was actually very cool to see. Just like very easygoing, you know, I have to say. Like the way like we sound checked, also like very in favor of the music, you know, like just like complimentary, like very much in sync, and he knows exactly what he's doing, so that helps. So yeah, very, very nice experience. Good guy too, good hangs. Well, DVD is kind of difficult because I think it looks good, but it's a strange animal, you know, because when you record a DVD, you always think about the cameras, you know, sometimes you have to kind of, you know, get your head off that, you know, and then just try to play and kind of perform, not by thinking, we're getting filmed, we're getting filmed. So it's like, you know, for all of us, more like a nerve-wracking situation before shoots like this, and think like, I hope it's gonna go alright. But watching it now, as it is ready, it's actually not that bad, I think. So I'm actually quite happy with that. I think you can play everything that you love, and for me it's like very different genres. I like rock music, I like pop music, like for example rock bands like Led Zeppelin, you know, or like Queen, like very elaborate kind of rock music. The Police, you know, but I also like elaborate pop productions like XTC used to do, or like metal, you know, like Slayer, you know, like, you know, Metallica, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, you know, a lot. Then I like composers, and I like the Japanese composer, actually Ryuichi Sakamoto, a lot. He's actually very, very tasteful and very nice. And Frank Zappa is a big, you know, hero of mine, always has been, you know, that was like the guy I grew up with there, and with his music and his work. So, you know, Prince, for example, love that too, you know. And so I think, you know, this is when you listen to my music, for example, it's the same way, and I can hear all, you know, different influences from punk to modern classic or composition. And so yeah, I don't really have like a favorite type of music. I can't really tell, you know, can't really tell. It's not only a hamburger. I sometimes eat sushi as well. That's like the thing, you know. What did we listen today? Today in the van with Guthrie, we were always doing, because Guthrie is here, I'm sitting here on this tour, and we always share our iPods. You know, we kind of, you know, play some cool stuff, and right now we listen to Frank Zappa's record, then I listen to Popol Vuh, which is like a Franz Fricke, old German composer who passed away a few years ago, and that is like, you know, very ambient kind of, you know, or like, you know, very, very kind of dark compositions at some point. What else did we listen to? What did we listen on the iPod? There was something. Let me see. I don't know. But the mood just varies, you know. When you have a long drive, you know, you just go and sometimes, you know, put on, you know, what you feel like. Most of the time, kind of elaborate stuff that impresses us. I'm actually kind of, when you listen to my previous CD, Evil Smiles of Beauty, is actually a very, very dark CD. And the new one is also, well, I am actually more into creating like a more mysterious mood than creating like a funny mood. I love playing drums though, and I, you know, love to have fun. But when I write, I most of the time go into a zone that is very rich and kind of mysterious. It's food, the girls, and strange museums, of course, you know. The only thing is like we play here tonight and the sound is pretty wide. But other than that, I enjoy this country very much. People are very friendly to us, and I learn a lot of curse words, which is interesting too. Prego, mille grazie. Ciao a tutti.